global crypto enthusiast. This is 88 Fantastic coming to you Friday, May 24th, 2019, with another cryptocurrency update and some news headlines for you guys to get ready for the weekend for. So, as we're looking at the market right now, we're seeing Bitcoin at $8,070 with a market cap of 251.7 billion and a 24-hour volume of nearly $80 billion. And last night before I went to bed, we're going to have a quick lookie here. There was no red. The only red I saw last night before I went to bed was Insight Coin. Let's have a look here. So we got a couple more today, but still less than a percentage point, right? So last night, what did we at here? Just about lunchtime. So I'd say about 9 hours ago, the mad rush had really started. And literally only one coin, which was Insight Coin, was, whatchamacallit? Was the only coin in the red. Everybody was green last night, like other than stable coins. So what is there? Maybe 10 stable coins. We'll say 9 plus, and then Insight coins. We'll say probably 90 coins were actually solid green last night. So while that's loading up, we'll have a quick look at our market evaluation. This is going back 1 year. This was us last year at this point. And here we are right now on this side over here. So what I've been saying for months now is I still see the same trend as last year happening right here all the way until September-ish. So right in here, when in September, what we had called for, this bottom point right here should be the low point we see for cryptocurrency this summer, and hopefully for the rest of the cryptocurrency markets live. So with all of the good news, like I said, with my videos, we've been talking about market trends, and we always try to pump out some really good news and try to find one or two idiots of the week. But for the most part, we come out and we try to promote the good news all the time, or we did for the first few months while we had nobody watching anyways. But this is what we've been talking about, right? Is the market was still sliding backwards for a year straight, basically, dumped for a year straight, and the news was awesome. And the news continues to be awesome, right? So that's why I've picked this area point in September 2019. And like we're only 3-4 months away from that as being the low point that we will ever see again. So that's why I keep saying when we can get cryptocurrency cheap, I don't think we have very much longer to get it for cheap before we start seeing green continuously. So see a little bit of a slide right now. So we did peak. I don't know if see we're still going back up. We're almost at 252 right now. And like we had talked in a couple of videos ago, we'd really like to see this market get up to that 265, 270 mark before the second liver kick comes in, like we got at 263, right? So let's just have a quick scan over everything and compare some pricings here, because as I said, look at the market looks really good, but the only thing so far that I'm seeing right now is just Bitcoin. Ethereum hasn't moved. XRP, even though it's green, still gone back. It was at 41 cents. Bitcoin Cash was at 450. Litecoin is cruising it. That's where they were about a little over ago. There, I think they reached about the 102 mark. EOS had hit 650. Binance Coin, that's probably its high for the week. It's been still killing it. Stellar's recovering a little bit. Stellar was at 14 cents. Cardano had hit almost 11. Tron was at 3. BSB was at 150. Dash was 165. So what I'm saying is even though everything looks really good, you got to watch where this money's going, because the money's not going into the solid. It's still going into the shit. You understand what I'm saying? When you look at this, it looks green, but it's not. These prices are still well below where they were at certain price points a week, 2 and 3 weeks ago. So that still tells me that this money is still going into the shit projects. And at some point later this week, they are going to fucking speed bag this market again, because nothing's going up other than Bitcoin. So what they're going to do again, more than likely, what they've been doing for the last couple of months is they're going to keep ramping up Bitcoin. Then they're going to sell out of all of the altcoins. Then they're going to sell out of the Bitcoin, and then they're going to start the process all over. Now, in starting that process all over, will it start all over this summer? That's the key indicator, and that's the key thing that I've been telling you guys to watch for this this is that last week of May right now. This is that 1 week of transition period where I wasn't sure I'm still not sure what's going to go on, but this is where we're hoping that the market will actually scale up to 270 by the end of, we're on the 24th. So we got 7 days left in this month. We would really like to see this 252 scale up to the 265, 270 mark. But from what I'm seeing over the last couple of days, I really don't think we're going to get that high. I really don't. It's just that there's, other than Binance Coin, there's nothing moving in the big money project. It's all in the shit. So, anyways, that's what we got for our market cap. We're going to come and look at some news headlines for you guys. We've got Bitcoin News, Cointelegraph, and CoinDesk. So we'll look at a couple of these here, and then you guys can come over to them and have a peekaboo. Blockstream, Samson Mao is launching a space alien gaming token on Bitcoin. Awesome news to hear, but you know what? That's again, you give the guy a pat in the back because it's an adventure to do something like that, and he's attempting it, so that deserves a pat in the back. But at the same time, Tron's got all of its gaming and gambling. EOS has got gambling. Like, if we could do something other than gambling or gaming, why doesn't somebody come out and put out something to? I mean, narrative is still in it. It's. I'm not sure if it's still in its ICO or not. We need somebody to take these guys out. We need somebody to come out and actually legitimately come out with a proper social media network, and it doesn't end up like fucking Facebook. So Facebook to roll out global crypto coin in 2020. We've been talking about this. It's scheduled for later this fall. And again, I'm against it myself personally, but the good news behind it is the access to the word cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, altcoins, things of that nature will it'll propel the market big time. So regardless if I like it or not, basically the free advertising that cryptocurrency is going to get when Facebook does this is going to be global. And for free advertising like that, you can't ask for anything more than that. Bitcoin price indicator rises for the first time in a year. You know what? Let's see if that article can hold its water in the middle of June. That's what I'm saying. I don't care what the article says now. What's that article? How relevant will this article be in 3 weeks if Bitcoin dumps back to $6,000 gross? Local Bitcoins bans buying and selling in Iran. I'm not going to get into that one, but well, you know what? We should have a quick look at that because it just doesn't sound right. Local Bitcoins bans Bitcoin buying in Iran in blow to rising crypto commerce. I'm just going to skip through this real quick here. As always, you guys should come in here and read it for yourself because how I interpret it might be a little bit different from how you're interpreting it. According to Iranian users, the website was also open to reviewing local bank account documents to resolve potential problems, signaling that they have advisors' families familiar with the largely isolated Iranian banking system. Yeah, that's something to come in and to look into. All right, so what else we got here? Lightning app for sending Bitcoin tips on Twitter, now easier to use. Yay. Montana passes bill to exempt utility tokens from security laws. This is solid. Anybody that's been watching me since I've started, Montana. I mean, when you hear cryptocurrency with the fucking Americans, it's always New York or Chicago. Chicago at CME is like the secondary thought now. But those two cities have literally done fucking nothing, like zero for cryptocurrency, other than take people's money and invest it and make more money for themselves. Whereas the state of Montana is actually kicking some ass and has been kicking some ass for about 18 months now. Look how it. And the people in Montana have been pushing nonstop for about 18 months to get crypto legalized over there, which is really awesome. It's great to see. Even in a small state like that, it's like here in Canada, none of our big cities understand fuck all because everyone's just so, again, ingrained in that daily lifestyle. But you go a couple hours beside where I am and you see a little town like Medicine Hat getting the people together to pitch in and buy Bitcoin mining equipment. I think that was about a year ago. So Hollywood producer raises 100 million for a media-focused security token. Fuck off. Security token platform admitted to central bank sandbox. Fuck off. There's so much stupid shit. At&t teams with BitPay to accept bill payments in crypto. This was the huge news that came out yesterday. And again, I think this is really awesome. But right now, it's not going to have any instant effect. You might see some quick FOMO like we've seen over the last one day. But something like this, you give this something like this 6 months, then it really starts to kick in. So again, for people that are new in this space, the FOMO, F-O-M-O, the fear of missing out, is when people see articles like this and right away they go and buy. Whereas if you actually know what business is like and how business actually takes, how long it takes to integrate, things like this will pay off 6 months from now forever. So from now for 6 months, it might not show any of the positives of it, but you give something like this 6 months, and it'll cruise. So again, things like this we've been talking about, all this awesome global news, all fits into the time frames. So when I've been trending price predicting, and again, if you're new to the channel, we have called the trend prices and the slides and the pumps nonstop since January, nonstop. So what it comes down to is, again, I don't knock the Elliott wave and the Fibonacci and the Chartist. It's part of the theory. It's not the entire everything, and that's what people in the charting world don't get. Your charts are somewhat accurate, but it's only a piece of the fucking puzzle. Global news is what moves this market and what's going to move this market for another 18 months at least. At least. That's why when I can come out and predict a minimum price of a 6,700 Bitcoin in May, and we're sitting at 8 grand, and at the time we did it, every chart guy and every media mogul called for 4K less. Then, of course, when money comes into the market, it's always an uptrend. Oh, it's a correction. No, it's not a fucking correction. It's seasonal buying, and it's global news that move everything. Again, if we had more people watching this channel, it'd be a lot easier to explain. But there's just, again, so many silly fucking wankers in this place. Let's keep going on with the news. We are now over at Cointelegraph. Facebook in talks with Coinbase. Winklevoss's Gemini to launch its global coin FT report. U.S. telecoms giant AT&T. We just talked about that one. Again, more of the repeat. Facebook aims to launch its crypto in 2020. Yes, delayed fall. Kraken paid 250 salaries to staff in Bitcoin last month. Yay! Why weren't you paying them in Bitcoin the whole time then? Why put it out here right now when the price of Bitcoin's moving up? Why weren't you paying your staff in Bitcoin day one? So, yeah, just more silly news. Crypto derivative platform vows to tackle socialized losses seen on other exchanges. Again, for me, what I'd really like to see is a solid price across the board on all exchanges, maybe minor fluctuations, but to have the fact that at one point we were still seeing $60 to $120 differences in exchanges is pretty silly. Russian state-owned holding giant proposes to apply DLT to all government data system. Regardless of how you feel about good old Mother Russia, they've been doing some awesome things in the cryptocurrency world for about 2.5 years right now. They've also held deals with some of the Neo people in the past, all publicly stamped and put out there for you guys to go and look at. And if you haven't followed my videos, Russia is also one of those countries that's been loading up not only on physical gold, but Bitcoin mining equipment for about 2 years now. So something to watch out for. Oh, here's one of my favorite village idiots, the billionaire, Galaxy Digital founder Michael Novogratz. One of the social medias, one of the media cryptos will succeed. Again, such a generalized statement. There is no time stamping. There's no nothing. It's just a general statement that can fit a yes or a no 100 years from now or 1,000 years from now. What else do we got here? Singapore's ISTOX to launch a regulated digitized securities platform in 2020. That is great news. Anybody that actually follows the crypto market the way I do, you realize that China, Japan, the Korea, Asia's, that area is so immensely talented in the crypto market right now. And I've said it, that area will be the way money moves when crypto is all said. It won't be the US dollar anymore. It won't be North America. It won't be the US threatening sanctions on the world anymore. It's going to be the Asian companies dictating where cryptocurrency moves along with China and Russia. Plain and simple. They're the only ones that's getting ready for this. Canada, where I am, we're not getting. Our banks are getting ready for this. Fucking government's not doing shit. The Americans, nothing. Like zilch, nothing. So, what else we got here? Binance new interface screenshots appear to confirm margin trading testing. Binance has been working on this for quite some time now, and they expect it to roll out pretty quick. Let's see if we got anything other interesting over here. Not a whole bunch. Okay, so now let's jump over to Bitcoin news. If they got anything a little bit different. Again, the AT&T. More Bitcoin uptrending. Corporate giants embracing crypto is massive boon for Bitcoin. We'll crack that one open at another side there and have a quick look at it. But everything, what is it? Bitcoin going up to 8,500, Bitcoin holding at 8, Bitcoin dropping to 75. 3 different articles. XRP Ripple had some really good news come out yesterday with some more banks across seas looking to support it. Again, I'm personally not a fan of the XRP. I love the Ripple company, but their cryptocurrency is a fucking joke. It's just in my opinion, completely useless. But you know what? If they can keep signing more deals and creating more exposure, it helps all of us. So next Bitcoin bull run will be first cycle supported established. Yeah. What else do we got here? That's about all it. Let's see. We'll keep going down here. Engineering giant Bosch trials Ethereum tech as Ethereum retraces 5%. Again, not a whole bunch here. So we'll look at this last article, have a market refresh, and then we're gonna get out of here. I just want to just look curious. Corporate giants embracing crypto is massive boom for Bitcoin researcher. Oh, just more articles on the same thing. Same stuff. All right, so let's get over here. We'll have one more market refresh. I'll have a look at everything. We're sitting at about 80, 30, 80, 40, 252. There we go. So we gained a little bit more still. And Bitcoin recovered another $25. And let's see our 24-hour. Theta feel. Oh my God, I'm kicking myself so much for this. So we went out for coffee. I think it was 3 nights ago. And there's certain ways I look for things that have the potential to scale over the next week. And we were going through Matic and Sealer and Fetch and things like that. And then we looked at this thing called T-Fuel. So Buddy's sitting there having his coffee, and I'm looking at this thing, and I'm looking at its inception. And here, I'll show you what I was looking at here. Come on, coin market cap. This thing is so bloody slow lately. I'll click on its all date, and it didn't change because it's so brand new. And then what you look for is the ICO when it comes out, right there. And then when it has its usual dump, that first week of an ICO is always the worst unless you're ready to pounce, not sell, pounce. Because right there, everyone sells, right? So what I had said is if this is T-Fuel, it's actually going to be the Theta fuel, like how gas is and GUI and et cetera, et cetera. I said this thing has actually the potential to actually ramp right up. And we could see some serious action in this thing. So that was 2 days ago. So that was right here. My birthday. We went out for coffee on my birthday, May 22nd. T-Fuel was at 0086. And we see it at 1.5 now. Like, that makes me sick to my stomach. Be able to look at that 3 weeks after its ICO and predict a nice healthy pump and myself because it happens 2 days later. But anyways, that's just the little things to keep watching for. We want to stay positive in this market. We're cheering for a 265 to 270 mark by the end of May. So we can get ready for that, like I said, that second lever kick's going to come. And that second lever kick's usually the one that puts you down for a couple of, for a while. And that's what we're fully expecting is one more solid kick to the nuts and a couple of speed bags over June and July. So anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Nice to see a nice healthy market, some green across the board. Hope you guys are all taking advantage of this. And this is 88, fantastic, showing you how to take a bite out of the cryptocurrency market. Take care, y'all.